Be patient, because the last time you've seen on screens, and I'm not counting the cameo on Hit 3, was in Major and Hit 2, which were both in 2022.
Yes.
So that's like close to 4 years of not having a
Three and change.
3.5.
Yeah. I think it wasn't intentional. I ended up writing both the films, which took a good year and a half, year and 8 months, because it usually takes me about 8-9 months to write a script. And just, I thought if I'm writing both together, maybe I'll be more productive and expedited. But what ended up happening was it just took double the time. So instead of 8 or 9 months, it took 16 to 18 months. So that, and then I made this movie for a couple of years after that, which is actually very normal for how
Big scale movie.
or what it's taken me for Major or what it's taken me for Gudachari. It's just Major, people thought it was the pandemic, but I've always taken this long. And I feel secure in that idea because you're just letting the idea marinate and you're trying to do your best for the film rather than do multiple films as quick as you can.
Right.
Despite the monopoly money on set, I don't really love money. So it's not a driving factor like where I'll, sign projects and, or that, that insecurity that some people might have, which is I need to be on screen 2 or 3 times a year or else people will forget me, that sort of thing.
I saw an interesting interview of yours recently where you said that a lightman works probably much harder than an actor does, but gets paid much less simply because the perception of the worth of the lightman or what he does is less than that of the actor who actually pulls people onto the sets or into theaters. And I'm bringing this up because of the money aspect of it. How do you make out the system in terms of money?
See, just to add to it a little bit, I don't think it's the perception of the worth, but how many people can a lightman bring to the theater?
Right.
It's literally that.
Yeah.
So it's not that person's worth or the worth of their work, which is very important for the film. But who are you looking at before you put your 200 rupees or 100 rupees or 50 rupees down to watch this movie? So whoever can draw people into that ends up getting paid more.
Right.
And it usually happens to be the actor.
It is almost always the actor.
Sometimes it could be
the director.
Yeah, sometimes the director, and sometimes there's sort of a banner's reputation where from the producer of boom, 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 and you're like, okay, వాళ్ళ సినిమా అంటే డెఫినెట్ గా ఒకటి బాగుంటుంది. There's like a banner value also.
I don't think that's happened in a long time actually. Of late, it's mostly
it's a classical idea.
Yeah,
It's not recent.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. I think that's why I said that. But tell me about the second part of your question.
No, I was just curious because that's always been a how much do actors get paid? Is it too much? Is it like, they don't reduce their price? Because one thing of interest is, see, in normal life, it's considered rude to ask somebody, how much do you make?
But it's very common in India. No? As soon as you go into a house, ఎంత పడింది?
No, but it's common in India.
You buy a car, you're like, कितना mileage देता है?
But this is like out there, right? So and so got paid so many crores for this film. Do you feel awkward when you see those numbers?
I do, but what I also think is there is no true worth. There's that lovely line in The Dark Knight where Michael Caine talks about the bandit who throws away rubies the size of a tangerine because he thinks they're playthings. So I just think it's about what you think is valuable. And I think something is only valuable if you attribute importance to it. That's all it is, really.
Is money important?
Not to me. Money is important as a means to live and as a means to take care of my family, maybe to secure my future. But it's not the thing I live for.
Right.
And as such, it doesn't drive my need to make a film. I have to feel it from my heart to be a part of a film. Sometimes you're put in a situation where you got to pay for something urgent, so you do a movie. But by God's grace, that's not happened to me in a long time.
So there's never a movie that you've done that you've not been convinced about?
Not recently.
Okay. The early days, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the early days, often.
Yeah.
Often, especially before I became a hero. And the funny thing is, it's what helped me survive, but it's also probably what delayed me from finding my calling of listening to my heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
But I think it's important to do what you're doing, because I think different sensibilities are always needed in an industry, and sometimes what happens is there's a base level sensibility that works, and therefore that's the one that people keep building on. For example, hero walks in slow motion, this one, there's like, and because it's been proved to be a money spinner over the years, that's the thing that people want to keep doing, and it keeps going and going and going, regardless of whether the formula is showing signs of fatigue or not. And then when a movie like Gudachari or something like that comes, or Jati Ratnalu or something comes along, people say new Telugu cinema or something like that. But then when the next two films don't work like that, they're like, oh, you know what, it's just like a flash in the pan. Everyone's, nobody's really sure of what's happening.
see, I think from our ancient Mahabharata times, India is a country of glorifying someone or something. Like in Bahubali, when the king is walking in, everyone's na 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 na. You're giving one build up. Same thing for your audio visuals. Whenever you have a pre-release event, like the voice that comes in, Adivi Sesh. I'm like, oh my god, and I kind of start hiding. The reason is because we tend to glorify, right? And I think we use box office numbers or number of centers, or back in the day, how many days, how many jubilee, silver jubilee, diamond jubilee, all that to glorify either a film or the hero.
Right.
So if you really look at it behind why do I need to put the number of crores for a film on a poster? It's not relevant to the film. And I've never been to a film because I saw, oh, it made 130 crores, let me go to the film. That's not what drives us. But I think we put that as a way of decoration. It's like the cherry on the cake, it's like decoration. It's not the cake itself. So what I tend to do is focus on what the cake is. And for me, it's important that my producer is safe first and foremost. That's the first thing. Because without that producer, him or her,
Yeah.
I can't survive. But beyond that, it's only about the artistic merit of the film. Even if it is a commercial film, there is a merit to it. You wanted to entertain people, you wanted to make people laugh, or you wanted to excite people with the proper slow motion build up shot. And did you do that well? Like one of my first early experiences of cinema was Basha in Sri Venkateshwara Theatre in Vizag. I don't know that it's a Tamil film. It's a Telugu, dubbed into Telugu. I don't know the lip sync is off. I don't know how many centers. At that time, did I truly even know Rajni sir's name? No. But what did I know? That this man just walked onto screen and shaped my dreams. And to this day, some part of me is in love with that.
Yeah.
And that has nothing to do with box office. So I keep trying to reach for that 5-year-old in me, that 10-year-old in me, that 20-year-old in me who was shaken by a film, whether it was Rang De Basanti or The Dark Knight or Basha or Manmadhudu or whatever film that truly inspired me and moved me. I'm trying to find whatever that made me feel in the films that I'm trying to make.